Hey guys, Profe Pablo here, Spanish teacher turned Minecraft engineer. Today we are working on Sugarcane Rain version 2. But before I get going, I need to tell you guys some things about this build. My buddy Brandon and I worked really hard on many videos of this build. We recorded this video probably 3 or 4 times, 2-hour sessions each, and each time something would go wrong, whether that be the video or the sound. So I decided to go ahead and do the SR2 on my own without Brandon. I do have some clips of us recording one of our more successful recordings, and I will tack that onto the end of this video for your entertainment, because Brandon is pretty entertaining. So this is the Sugarcane Rain version 2. If you remember my first Sugarcane Rain, it was pretty impressive as far as rates go, but Brandon challenged me to do this version, which I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek. Now this is just with one layer, and look at how fast the sugarcane comes down. It's absolutely insane. Coming down, filling up. Let's take a look in this chest. Watch the numbers go up. I mean, it just goes so fast, and that's just with one layer. You can layer this thing as high as you want it to go. Let's get going. The first thing you want to do is find a chunk. Now, I'm using a resource pack from Foxy No Tail that shows chunk borders. It apparently only works on mobile, but you want to take a chunk, and I like to find the middle of that chunk. Now, chunk is 16 by 16. I'm going to come towards the middle of this chunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right around here, 8 or 9. I'm going to put a double chest right there. Then I'm going to take one hopper, place it here. Take another hopper, place it here. Then I'm going to take a block and come 1, 2, 3, and do the same thing on the other side. You'll notice that everything we do on one side, we do on the other side. That's because this is a mirror build. Grab your buttons, crouch, place one there. Crouch, place another one there. Now we are going to come back towards the chunk. We're going to put a block here, come up, and count back 8 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the same thing on this side, coming up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That makes a total of 9 blocks on this row, and we're going to put a block there, and a block there. Now we need to make a trough, and just so we can see what's going on, we are going to use glass, and I'm going to put this like this so that water can't get out. Do the same thing on this side. Let's see, water will get out there, so I'm going to put one there and there. Kind of just come over this way. Again, making a trough. I can actually break this one. I should be able to place a bucket of water here, and it comes all the way to the end, and then place another one here, which flows into this hopper. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, now that I have my collection system, I'm going to put blocks here, run it all the way down this way, like that. And do the same thing on this side, copying that, just like that. Put another block here. And these are where my dispensers are going to go eventually, but first, I need to place buttons here to keep water from the dispensers with mixing with the water below. Do the same thing on the other side. Then take some sort of dirt, place it like this. Do the same thing over here on this side. Then we are going to fill this in with blocks here. You will end up with something that looks like this. Now we will need lots of dispensers going here. There should be 9 in total that go on this row. Then you're going to come to this side of the dirt, skip a block, and have them facing in on this side as well. Come over here, do the same thing. And of course, the same thing over here. Now, you will notice that I don't have this very blocked off, which I need to. So what I'm going to do is take a row of blocks and put it here. That way no water escapes. Do the same thing over on this side, just like that. And now for a very tedious part of the build, I need to fill up all of these dispensers with water buckets. Okay, after you've done that, go ahead and come here, place 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, and connect those blocks with pistons. Do the same thing over here on this side. Okay, now I do not like to lose any sugarcane back here, so I'm going to place glass here, and behind this row of dispensers, we need to place blocks like that, and do the same thing on this side as well. Now coming to the back of the build, that's where our clock's going to be. We're going to run a row of blocks like that, find the middle block, and then come down all the way to close to the floor. We're going to put a block like that. Now going into this bottom block, I'm going to place a redstone repeater. Then I'm going to put a redstone block. I'm going to put a hopper facing down like that. I'm going to place a hopper going into that hopper, break this hopper, place another hopper going into that hopper. We're making a delayed repeater clock. This was Brandon's idea for making this farm better, and it works great. Comparator coming out, then repeater, same thing on this side. We will need a sticky piston right here next to this comparator facing in. Same over here, just like that. And then redstone connecting like that, and then you just need 1 item in these hoppers. Okay, I'm gonna put a torch here like that. Break this block, place another torch. Break this block, place another torch. Put a block on top of that. I'm going to run blocks all behind these guys like that. Then, starting at the end, I'm going to take redstone, run it all along this way. As you can see, that starts our clock. But I'm actually going to break this. For some reason, I just like having the redstone here. Just like that, a redstone torch. I'm going to place another one here. Another one here. Then come over here, starting with the back. Working our way all the way to the front. Just like so. Now this water should be alternating. If it's not, that's a problem. Come over here, starting in the back, do the same thing on this side. Alternating water, we're good to go. Now I'm going to place a redstone torch here. Then I'm going to place a block here. I'm going to run this block all the way down like this. Oops, these pistons are facing the wrong way. Okay, and now I'm going to place here redstone torches all along the back, just like this. Do the same thing on this side. Then I'm going to take redstone and run it just like this. Place a block here. Okay, and to turn this thing off, pretty simple. Come down here, take a lever, place it here, flip it. That turns off all the pistons, all the torches, and leaves you space to plant. So now we are going to take our first round of sugarcane, place it there, do the same thing on the other side. Okay, that's kind of weird. Here we go. Then I'm going to take glass and place it just like this, going on top of the dispensers. This keeps sugarcane from going everywhere. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, let's see if it's working. Yes, seems to be working already. It'll pick up pace soon. Just kind of gives it a minute to get going. I'm going to flip this off temporarily and start on the next level. So for the next level, we are going to place blocks just like this and blocks like this, leaving a gap here. Place blocks like that. Come along our edge here, connect this. Do the same thing over here on this side. Go ahead and grab your dispensers, and let's get going again for the second row. Now, every row after this is going to follow the same pattern as this second row. So we need our dirt again. Now, this part gets a little tricky. Place a block here, place another one there, and then we will place our dispensers like that. We do not want to put blocks over here because for some reason it creates an infinite repeater clock. So we do not want to do that. We want no blocks under these dispensers, just the ones on the inside. Okay, you can go ahead and run a row of blocks behind that once you have one of those set. And that makes it a lot easier to do this. Place your dirt. Block off all of your holes where water is going to escape. Block, block. Block, block. Lots of pistons. Do the same thing on this side. Don't forget to fill up all your dispensers with water buckets. Okay, all my dispensers have water buckets. I did miss out on one crucial step. I almost forgot to put my buttons here underneath these dispensers, and that keeps the water from going down and messing with everything else. Okay, to run the redstone up further, just make sure that you continue this tower of redstone torches just like this. I'm going to run some blocks all around the back, like I did in the previous level. Redstone torch, redstone torch. Don't forget to run your redstone from the back to the front. Now, what happens if you get water like this? Well, it's easy. You just break one of these, place it back, and now it will be alternating. Don't forget your block there. Running blocks all the way to the end. Redstone torches all the way down. Behind each piston. And then, of course, redstone dust on there. And, of course, you can keep the tower going and have this go as tall as you want. Let me go ahead and add my glass. Oops, I forgot to add glass over here underneath. There we go. Okay, and I could keep this thing going, but this is my last level. When you have your last level, I suggest putting a roof just so you don't lose any more sugarcane. Okay, then you come down, flip the switch, and this thing starts producing sugarcane at very high rates. Now, before I go any further, I do want to say that Brandon added some amazing things to this build, some amazing suggestions, and that is back here. He suggested putting maintenance doors just in case anything went wrong. I suggest that as well. You could put a maintenance door here, but it turns off and on. That's kind of annoying. So I'm just going to leave this space open in the middle. Over here on the other side, however, I'm going to add glass, just like this. Okay, and now the other thing that Brandon does that I'm not good at is he takes scaffolding and runs it all along the outside of his build so that he can get up and maintenance stuff a lot easier, just like this. Okay, now if you let this thing run for any length of time, you will run out of storage. So, Brandon and I created a storage silo which went out this way, creating lots of bone meal, and then we created more storage down below for more sugarcane. The way that you can split that up, it's pretty easy. So you just take this double chest, have a hopper line that goes out this way, just like that, and create the storage silo here for either sugarcane or bone meal. And then with this, you can just have it go down, and you can create a bunch of chests like this going all the way down. Okay, just so that you guys can see the prettier version of this and the final product, I'm going to jump over to me and Brandon's video. Again, the audio messed up, so you won't hear me as well as you do right now, but you'll still be able to hear me. Let's go ahead and see those clips. Hey guys, Profe Pablo here, Spanish teacher turned Minecraft engineer. Here with my boy Brandon. I know you guys are used to seeing Maximus, but this is Brandon. Brandon, you okay there?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's just morning.
Yeah, you know, just a Sunday morning. Guys, this is me and Brandon's third time to film this. Is that correct, Brandon?
At least.
Yeah. So today we are making sugarcane rain. We're making the second version where it has, you don't have to make it as tall because it has two sets of pistons that run off of the same redstone. This thing is extremely fast, really, really efficient, and we are looking forward to doing this. Now, Brandon suggested that I make this, so I did, but then Brandon's the one who really went through and tweaked it and made the redstone better, so I'm going to be consulting him often throughout the video. Alright, let's get to it.
So now, I'm going to say this is a build where it's in the chunk really kind of matters, because you don't want it crossing, but it should be as close to the edge of the chunk as possible so that you don't have to use excessive hoppers for transporting stuff.
Right. Yeah, now, Brandon and I have tried this non-chunk aligned, and it just doesn't work. So you have to chunk align. If you need to know how to do that, I have a video on that in the description below. There's also resource packs that mark off the chunks for you. So, we're going to start by building the main platform. Now, this is a 12 by 13 build, so we're making it 13 blocks wide and 12 blocks deep, and we are going to start by making it 3 blocks high. So, let's see if I can fit in this chunk. 1, 2, 3.
Well, 3 blocks plus the platform, so those are just the legs.
Right, so 4 blocks.
Yeah.
Let's start with building a 4-block pillar, and that counts as 1, and then we come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Man, that fits so nicely into this chunk. Beautiful. And then we got to make it 12 deep, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brandon, I couldn't help but notice that crazy tree farm you have over there.
Oh, no, that's not my tree farm. That's the tower.
Oh, is it really? Oh, it's for the biomes?
Yeah, this is my base.
That's unreal. That's so cool. Alright. Rabbit trail done. Moving on. So we're just going to go ahead and finish this like this. Connect the corners. There we go. So you're going to get something that looks like this. So, the collection system is all going into one central chest. You can start off by counting to the middle of your side with 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be on the 7th block. Come down. And you can place a chest just like that underneath that middle block. We're going to make it a double chest because, trust me, there's a ton of sugarcane. Then we're going to grab a hopper and place it here. And then we're going to grab a button and place it there. Just like that. Now, what Brandon and I did in this build is we made everything glass so that you can see it coming down. It makes it pretty cool. So come over to the side of the hopper and come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. We're making a water trough. Do that on both sides. Then you'll want to come back here and go up 1, 2, and then you're going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the same thing over here on this side, coming up 1, 2, oops, 2, and then coming back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this part's actually pretty easy. All you have to do now is kind of create sides for your trough. So I'm going to bring this up, bring this over here this way, come down, bring this over. We just don't want any of the water escaping.
Now, from a design standpoint, if you want to use glass, that's cool, but this could be a spot where you use upside down stairs to give it kind of a funnely, kind of troughy kind of look.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
You could do anything, really.
Let's see. You do need a back to this, so I'm going to go ahead and create back here. All right. And then you just mirror that on the other side, which I'm going to do real quick.
Now, Paul, if you want to observe quickly, one thing I've learned to do here. Oh, yeah, let me grab a door. Is I put a block there. Knock up that glass. Put a block here. And put a door. So that when you inevitably fall into your own machine, you have a way to get out.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and finish this trough, and I'm going to show you guys where to place the water. I love this texture pack. Glass is super clear though. I can't see, which is a good thing. That's how glass should be. Alright, take your buckets of water, place one there. If you measured right, it's going to come up right up to the edge, and then place another one here, and it gets stopped by the button. And then you do that on this side as well. Now, at the end of this build, Brandon and I are actually going to make a storage silo and a little bit more storage for sugarcane, for bone meal as well. But we're going to go ahead and get going on the redstone and the actual sugarcane farm that goes above this collection system. Okay, the first thing that we are going to do is run smooth sandstone right here on this side. The reason we're using smooth sandstone is it just makes it look cooler, and you can see where your redstone wires are running. You can use any block you want, though. Then, on the inside of that smooth sandstone, you need to place dispensers. Okay, and just to control water flow, we're going to go ahead and put blocks underneath each one of those dispensers, right there. And right there. And on those blocks, you will need to place a button. Now that button just keeps the water from going underneath the blocks.
Because we all know water cannot flow past a button.
Buttons are unstoppable forces of nature.
Oh, the streams need to get pushed back one.
Yes, I messed up the count here, so I'm taking away this dispenser right here and this one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Is it 9? Yeah. So you should have 9 dispensers in total.
So if I'm looking at it right, you'll need another row of blocks here.
Yep, another row of blocks right here. You're going to do whatever you do on one side, you're doing to the other side. It makes a mirror.
Well, no, I'm talking here.
But where? Oh, yeah. Oops. That's what I get for helping. Good, and now we're actually going to finish filling in this platform right here. Once this first row is done, I feel like the rest of the rows are so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Alright, so you're going to get something that looks like this. Now you're going to take a row of dirt and place it here on both sides. And then you are going to take dispensers, skip a block, and place them here on this side. So this build is actually very symmetrical, so it should look like this. Now, because these are going to be troughs of water, we need to go ahead and block this off right here. Block this off here. Do that on the back as well. And then you can place a row of blocks right here. Now, we need pistons. So the way that the pistons work is you come to this right here between these dispensers and this dirt, and you place 1, 2 blocks, grab a piston, and set a row of pistons, 1 for each dispenser, just like that. Very cool. Now, for the most tedious part of this build, it's filling up these dispensers with water buckets. If you need infinite water, you could always grab a lake or something like that, but I have a video on that in the description as well. Fill each dispenser with a bucket of water. Now come back here, and you're going to place a row of sandstone right here, right in the back of your build. After you run that smooth sandstone, break this middle sandstone right there. I'm going to replace this block with smooth sandstone as well, just because that's what we're using to mark our wires. And then you break the bottom block, break that block, and you can go ahead and start putting a torch, redstone torch there, and then you need to put a block on top. Okay, so next we are going to place a redstone torch here, here, and here. And then we are going to run redstone all along where we put smooth sandstone. I like running it from the back to the front, because it's going to turn on all those dispensers. And you want to make sure that they turn on at the same time. So run it from the back to the front, just like that.
Wow, that's actually really clever.
Yeah, I have some good ideas sometimes.
Not bad for a Spanish teacher turned Minecraft engineer.
Okay, now we are going to take redstone and run it all along the back of these dispensers as well. I'm running it this way. So you run a block this way, a row of blocks this way, right above your redstone. And then we're going to put torches on the back of this. But first, I need to run redstone over the top as well, just like that. So, redstone torch. Notice it's turning off. That's really important.
That's right, this thing is designed for serviceability.
That's right. Whenever it comes to zero-tick farms, and this is technically a zero-tick farm, you're going to want to have access to stuff because it's based off of kind of glitches in the game, so it's going to mess up sometimes. Okay, now we're going to run a row of blocks this way, and what that does is keeps the sugarcane in the farm. Going to do the same thing over here on this side. Okay, I don't want to call this a miracle yet, but I think this is the first time that we've run this redstone correctly since we've designed this on the first try. Alright, grabbing my sugarcane, we're going to plant. As long as you have water next to a block, you can plant sugarcane. So I'm planting on that side and on this side. And then what you want to do is encase this thing in glass so that you don't lose any sugarcane. And we typically like glass because you can see what's going on. That helps. And then Brandon, you put a door somewhere over here, right?
I put the door on the redstone side.
The redstone side, so that's going to be the other side, I think. So right over here, it's right by the sugarcane, correct?
Yep.
So we're going to plop a door down there. That way you can just get in just in case anything happens to your sugarcane.
I mean, I turn it around so it's on the other side, but, you know.
Oh, that's clever. Yeah. Yep. Perfect.
I mean, door next to glass isn't a super good look, so if you want, you can take the glass on this side here and just
Lock it up.
stone to match, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that better. There we go. Okay, we are done with row number 1. Should we go check it out? We need to set up the clock that goes underneath.
Yep.
So we are going to take our sandstone, which marks where our redstone goes, place one there. Then we're going to put a redstone torch here. Should have switched everything. And then we need an observer facing this way. And then Brandon's the one who kind of figured this out. You use the slow clock, right? And that seems to be the most consistent clock. So we're going to be using the slow repeater clock. Brandon, why are we using this clock?
Because after a lot of testing, anything that is like a super fast clock can lead to lag issues on a realm. But if you take what is normally used as a very slow clock, but with 2 items in it, it pulses relatively quickly, but not so quickly as to trip up sequencing of like water streams and dispensers and like quite so much.
Yeah. So use this clock, and the way that you build this clock here is we're going to throw down a redstone block there. You need a lamp in here. And then what I usually do is I take a hopper, place it down, and then I come to the other side, place a hopper into that hopper, then break the original hopper, and then place a hopper going into that hopper. Just like that. Then you're going to need a sticky piston here, and a sticky piston here. I did this wrong. Sticky piston goes here by the redstone block. Then you are going to need a comparator here, a repeater here, redstone, redstone, redstone. Mirror the other side. Comparator, repeater, redstone, redstone, redstone. How many items do we need to use?
Well, see, from what I remember, each item is like 4/10 of a second to process. So I put in 2 or 3. 2 is probably fine.
We're going to throw in 3 items. I have 3 with me. And that should start our thing. Now, our problem is that our water is on the same timing, so we have to switch that. And the way you do that is you break this redstone and then add it down until your water is alternating. So that means we're going to have to replant this sugarcane. To turn this thing off and on, you can put a lever on one of the pistons and then flip that lever. Alright, I'm going to go in. Oh, but our pistons are on for some reason.
Yeah, that's alright.
I probably messed something up. I'm going in replanting the sugarcane, then we're going to look at the piston situation. The piston should be off when the machine's off. There we go. See how the sugarcane is staying planted? So I'm going to do the same thing over here to this side, making sure that our water is alternating. I'm going to replant the sugarcane. Okay, and you'll see that sugarcane is starting to grow, and it's already starting to come down. It looks so cool coming in. Alright, so that is row 1. Now, we're going to teach you how to set up one more row of this, and then you get to make this thing as tall as you want.
I did a quick solve for the thing. If you just put a lever here and turn it off, it'll...
Ah, clever. Here, I'm going to break the lever on the piston. And then, lever here. Ooh. Fancy. Now, our sugar came broke for some reason. That was probably... I think that was me, because I was messing with the redstone while you were messing with it. Let's flip it back on. Okay, so because of some sort of timing issue, and maybe we'll figure it out before the end of the video, our pistons are out, and our sugarcane breaks when you turn it off, which should not happen. And the reason we want our pistons in is it makes it really difficult to service stuff when the pistons are in. So, one more try. Okay, there we go. So, I messed up, and over here, you need a torch right here, and what that does is reverses the signal. Okay, so we got it. Yes, this redstone torch is the thing that fixes it, and also, instead of 3 atoms, have 2 items down here in your hopper system. Moving on to the next row. So, you need blocks here, running all the way down this way, and another row here all the way down. Now, you can, if you wanted to, change these to lighting blocks, just so that it lights up at night. Are we going to do that, Brandon?
No, let's just...
So we got 2 rows of blocks, just like that. We are going to extend our glass catching system here, just like this, so that it reaches the same level as these blocks on both sides. Then we are going to take our buttons and place them all along this row. This is so that we don't let water mix from one level to the other, because it can mess up the whole thing. Then we are going to take our dispensers, place them here. Take your dirt, place it here, on both sides. Now, this gets a little tricky, but you're going to take your next dispensers. I'm just going to extend this way so that I can place this dispenser right here, like that. And then you run that same dispenser, side by side. Obviously, all facing me. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. You can go ahead and put a row of blocks in between these dispensers. Then over here as well. So we're starting our next row, as you can see. All right, Brandon, water bucket time. It's okay.
I really broke it.
What? How? See, I thought you were just trying to get out of manual labor.
A man can do multiple things for multiple reasons.
Okay, so I went ahead and blocked off these troughs, just like that. I'll help you come fix that redstone in a sec. And now we are going to run our sandstone, just like we did in the other row, all the way wherever our redstone is going to go. Gonna extend this out, just like that. Come over here, make this symmetrical. Now for the tricky part. We have to take this and extend it up. Shouldn't be too bad.
Well,
you just do block. What were you saying?
Here might be a good time to put in the... I like to have good access to the stuff I'm working on.
Yeah.
Or I build, so this is where I'll start putting in a couple of scaffolding pillars.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. Yeah, I'm going to keep working over here on this redstone, putting a torch there, one on top. I see where I messed up our redstone, but that's okay. It should still work. Take redstone, run it from the back to the front, always. Okay, go ahead and set up your pillars here, because we're going to put on our pistons. So what Brandon's referring to is back here. If you put a row of blocks here behind the sugarcane.
Oh, let's make sure we've got our water synced first.
Oh, yeah. In fact, you could even do this glass just to make sure that your water is sinking. That way you can always see your water.
Sorry.
Wow.
There you go.
We go. Yeah, I like doing that in glass. Okay, so up here, the way that you can do that is put glass here, right underneath the pistons. And that way you don't get any sugarcane stuck back there. Now I'm going to keep running my sandstone up. I'm also going to put blocks here, running a row right there. Grab a torch, just like below, place one there. That's going to keep all of our pistons off. Run this redstone, and again, place torches that should turn off when you place them.
Now, you're going to edit this and make it look like we know what we're doing, right?
Oh yeah, for the most part. Now, I like what Brandon did here. He placed glass. I liked that better. Alright, now let's go ahead and turn it on and get our water alternating. Okay, then all you have to do is plant your sugarcane. Should stay planted if you did everything right. And now all we need to do is block this thing off with glass. So remember, we had a service door here, and the rest was glass. Placing service door there. Right in here. Ow, ow, ow. There we go. Okay, we can go ahead and cover this redstone up. And if it's your last row, Brandon and I might make ours bigger, but if it's your last row, you can definitely just top it off with blocks. That'll work just fine. Okay, guys, there you go. Sugarcane Rain 2.0, but this thing is so stinking productive that we have to do something about storage, and we have to do something quick. Look at all the sugarcane that's coming down. It's crazy. Well, guys, the SR2 has been a success, and as always, thanks for watching.